Rumors are swirling around the NFL community, and if the latest reports are even remotely true, we could be witnessing a masterstroke by the Pittsburgh Steelers front office. Whispers from behind closed doors suggest that the Steelers have managed to convince the Chicago Bears to part ways with one of their most reliable weapons, none other than Keenan Allen. That's right. Keenan Allen, the seasoned veteran and route-running technician, is apparently packing his bags for Pittsburgh. While no official confirmation has been released, insiders close to both organizations are buzzing with the possibility that the Steelers have pulled off what can only be described as a chess move of epic proportions. Fans, pundits, and rival teams are still trying to wrap their heads around the possibility of Allen in black and gold. Given the Steelers' recent efforts to build around a young and evolving offense, bringing in a seasoned presence like Allen could change the dynamic completely. It would not only elevate the receiving corps, but also bring a sense of poise and veteran leadership that this team has been desperately seeking since the departure of key playmakers in recent years. Could this be the defining move of the offseason? It's looking more possible by the hour. Keenan Allen has long been considered one of the most underrated wide receivers in the league. His ability to get separation, make tough catches in traffic, and read defenses like a quarterback has made him invaluable. If he's truly heading to the Steelers, it speaks volumes about Pittsburgh's ambitions in 2025. The Steelers have historically been known for building through the draft, but this rumored move shows they might be ready to swing big to get back into serious playoff contention. Imagine Allen lining up next to emerging talents like George Pickens and Pat Freiermuth. Suddenly, Pittsburgh's aerial attack goes from predictable to potentially electric. The biggest question floating around is what exactly the Steelers gave up to make this deal happen. The Bears, who are in the middle of a youth-driven rebuild around Caleb Williams, may have seen Allen as expendable, particularly with his contract and age. But make no mistake, losing Allen isn't a small thing. For the Steelers to land him, they must have presented a package that made Chicago stop and think. And if that's true, then Pittsburgh fans may want to start dreaming big again. This could be the move that redefines their offensive identity for years to come. The reaction among fans has been a mix of shock, excitement, and cautious optimism. Social media is ablaze with speculation, mock trade breakdowns, and even jersey edits featuring Allen in the iconic black and gold. For Steelers Nation, the possibility of adding a player of Allen's caliber has reignited hope. Some fans are comparing it to the acquisition of Jerome Bettis back in the day, a move that helped vault the team back into contention. But as much as fans love the idea, others are wondering what the long-term implications might be. Keenan Allen isn't getting any younger. He'll be 33 by the time the season starts, and while he's still playing at a high level, how much longer can he keep it up? Then there's the matter of chemistry. Will he click with the Steelers' quarterback, whether that ends up being Russell Wilson, Justin Fields, or another dark horse candidate? These are fair questions, but they also speak to just how seismic this move could be. If it works, it might be the kind of veteran acquisition that catapults Pittsburgh into the upper tier of AFC contenders. If not, it could be an expensive swing that misses. Still, it's hard not to admire the boldness of such a potential move. The Steelers have often been labeled as a conservative franchise, especially when it comes to trades and high-profile acquisitions, but times are changing and so is the NFL landscape. Gone are the days when you could just draft well and sit back. Today's teams are aggressive, constantly adjusting to the arms race that defines modern roster building. And if the Steelers have indeed landed Keenan Allen, it means they're tired of being stuck in the middle. No more 98 finishes and first-round playoff exits. They want more. They want to contend. And they believe that Allen can help bridge the gap between what they are and what they aspire to be. For offensive coordinator Arthur Smith, this could be the weapon he needs to fully unlock his playbook. With Allen, Pickens, and Johnson, or whoever remains, there's finally room for creativity. It forces defenses to pick their poison. And that's the kind of dilemma the Steelers haven't posed in years. Suddenly, Sundays in Pittsburgh could get a whole lot more exciting. From the Bears' perspective, the logic behind such a rumored deal might also make sense. With a new franchise quarterback in Caleb Williams, they're in the middle of reshaping the team from top to bottom. Allen, though productive, represents the past. His salary cap hit was significant, and moving on from him could free up space to invest in younger pieces. Letting go of a veteran in the name of long-term growth isn't always popular, but it's often necessary. And if they manage to extract meaningful assets from the Steelers, like a mid-round pick, a developmental player, or even cap relief, then it might be a win-win. Chicago now gets to focus on building chemistry between Williams and his younger targets while also giving more reps to guys like Darnell Mooney and Rome Odunze. For a team trying to shape an identity around a new era moving, Allen might have been more about timing than talent. It's a bitter pill, no doubt, but sometimes evolution requires sacrifice. And if Allen helps the Steelers take the next step while the Bears grow organically, both sides might walk away feeling satisfied. Reports indicate that conversations between the two teams had been ongoing for several weeks, but talks ramped up quickly following a recent minicamp. Apparently, the Steelers were not just interested, they were insistent. They saw a gap in their receiving room, a need for a proven playmaker who could move the chains and mentor younger talent. And Keenan Allen checked every box. Reliable experience and still productive, Allen has consistently posted numbers despite changing quarterbacks and systems. Sources close to the team say that head coach Mike Tomlin personally advocated for the move, highlighting Allen's football IQ and locker room presence. Tomlin has long believed in the value of veterans who can elevate everyone around them. If true, his fingerprints are all over this rumor deal. The Steelers may have also gotten word that other teams, possibly AFC rivals, were sniffing around Allen. That could have lit the fire under the front office to act fast, ensuring they weren't left on the outside looking in. Timing, as always in the NFL, is everything. And if Pittsburgh truly beat other contenders to the punch, it may signal a shift in how this franchise views opportunity. It's not just the on-field production that makes Keenan Allen a fascinating potential addition. It's the intangible qualities he brings: leadership, professionalism, and a tireless work ethic that younger receivers can learn from. Over the years, Allen has built a reputation as a technician, someone who studies his craft and executes it at the highest level. That kind of influence could be transformative for George Pickens, who has all the raw talent in the world but is still learning how to be a consistent threat. With Allen in the room, the Steelers essentially get a second receivers coach on the field. Practices get sharper, film sessions get deeper, and the entire receiving corps elevates. That's something you can't put a price on. Additionally, Allen's ability to move inside and out gives offensive coordinators flexibility in scheme design. He's not just a slot guy. He can beat man coverage, sit down in zones, and serve as a safety valve for whichever quarterback earns the starting job. For a team trying to build around versatility and reliability, Allen might be the final puzzle piece. But before we dive in, don't forget to subscribe to Steelers Nation Central and hit the like button on this video. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest updates on the Pittsburgh Steelers. And don't forget to share your thoughts on the news in the comments below. There's also the fan base factor. Steelers fans are among the most loyal and passionate in the league, but they've grown restless in recent years. Playoff exits, quarterback uncertainty, and underwhelming offensive performances have left many longing for the swagger and explosiveness of the past. Bringing in someone like Keenan Allen, even at this stage of his career, sends a message: the team is not content with mediocrity. It's a calculated risk, yes, but one with high upside. It says to the locker room, to the division, and to the league that the Steelers are serious about winning now. The AFC North is one of the most competitive divisions in football. Every inch matters. And with Joe Burrow, Lamar Jackson, and Deshaun Watson all lurking, Pittsburgh needs every advantage it can find. Allen could be that edge. He's a third down machine, a red zone target, and a momentum shifter. If this deal goes through, and again, we're still in rumor territory here, it might be the kind of move we look back on as the turning point in the Steelers' resurgence. All eyes now turn to the front office for confirmation. Financially, questions remain about how the Steelers would absorb Allen's contract. He's not cheap, and Pittsburgh isn't exactly swimming in cap space, but recent restructures and future projections suggest there might be a way to make it work. Omar Khan has already proven himself to be a cap wizard since taking over as GM. If he's orchestrating this move, you can bet he's already figured out how to handle the numbers. There could be a restructure in Allen's deal, some bonus conversion, or avoidable year added on.